Hey guys, before you watch this video, let me go ahead and say that this video is another really good reason that you want to subscribe and follow the people that you want to watch here on YouTube. And it's very easy. Just go to any video, click on subscribe, and then click the little notification bell, and then you'll be alerted every time that person uploads a video. And I hope you choose to do it for my channel, but if not, please do it for your favorite YouTubers, because otherwise, I guarantee it, with problems like this, you're going to start missing videos if you don't. What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet. And today I think it's time we talk a little bit about hashtag YouTube AgeGate, as well as talking about the new restricted feature here on YouTube. And I've got a lot to say about it. Now, wait a minute. I know some of you really hate it when I talk about this YouTube policy drama and stuff like that. But this one's important to talk about for 3 different reasons. Number one, it affects me directly as a content creator. Number two, it affects you. And you need to know how the system works so that you can continue to see the content that you want to see. And thirdly, and this is what got me to make the video today, is that this does affect the LGBTQ community. And I think it's very important that I act as a signal booster for the people in that community today. Now, for those of you who are not aware, YouTube is a very expensive proposition for Google / Alphabet. This is a very expensive website for them to run. And the way that they earn the majority of their money back is through targeted advertisement. Whenever you see an advertisement here on YouTube, you're helping pay for the servers and the storage and the delivery fees for the YouTube videos that you are watching. And we all know that advertisers like to spend a lot of money to get featured during a show that they like. Obviously, during the Super Bowl every year, they spend millions of dollars for a 30-second ad. Or for the Walking Dead premiere, they'll spend a truckload of money to advertise during the first commercial break during The Walking Dead. But they'll spend a lot less money when they advertise those same advertisement campaigns here on YouTube. And there are a lot of different factors that go into that decision. Mostly because they can get away with charging such a cheap price, but also because they're not confident in the consumers there, or they're not confident that their message is being fully delivered. But one of the biggest contributing factors, and a solvable factor, is the fact that they don't get to determine what show, or even sometimes channel, that they are going to have their advertisements appear in front of. They don't know if it's going to be a family-friendly message, or a message that is against the company. They might accidentally advertise a Walmart advertisement in front of a video that is making fun of or harassing Walmart. Just imagine how embarrassing it is for your advertisement for Call of Duty to appear in front of a video of Francis making fun of Call of Duty, and that's gotta suck. Not only that, but YouTube does have this stigma about it, that a lot of the content here is not family-friendly. Obviously, in my Francis videos, I swear a lot. Sometimes the subject matter of my videos can be stuff that advertisers would not want to be associated with. And of course, there's plenty of content here on YouTube that a lot of advertisers would not want to be associated with. So YouTube, over the past year, has been scrambling with a way to solve that problem. And to this end, YouTube has made a lot of different changes to the system and to the website. Obviously, there's the YouTube Kids app, which guarantees a kid-friendly experience. But of course, there's also the changes to the community guidelines, and then flagging videos as non-advertiser friendly, and the YouTube Heroes program to try to help root out content that advertisers would not like. And now the latest iteration is of course, this age gating and restricted thing. So let's talk about the age gating thing a little bit here, because I don't think it's a bad idea to rate videos similar to the way we rate television shows or movies or even video games. But I think it's their current implementation and how they're using those ratings that's the problem. Now, let me say that I have no verifiable evidence in my hands at all whatsoever. This is speculation and gathering of speculation. And of course, YouTube has not been clear, and I've written my YouTube contact, and they have not written me back. So I have to say, I do not 100% know how this works, but this seems to be how it works based on all the information I could gather. So it looks like YouTube is using some sort of automated system to try to apply a rating to each individual video in the system. And sometimes that even applies to channels. And as well as an automated system, I would presume that there is probably a manual system as well, so that somebody that works at YouTube could choose to flag a channel or choose to flag a video that they've come across. And that robot presumably is using stuff like the title and the tags and the description and maybe even the transcripts, the automated transcripts of videos, to determine whether or not that video has a mature subject matter, and then tries to rate it for either kids or for teenagers or for adults, and possibly also a mature category. And that leads us to the restricted feature, because the restricted feature is now available on desktop. If you scroll to the bottom of the website, youtube.com, on a desktop or a laptop, you will see that. And then when you do, if you hit that restricted option, you will not see any videos that could be considered mature or controversial. And if you look at my channel, you'll realize that over half of my videos are missing, presumably because of the swearing and the subject matter. Some of the videos that are missing doesn't make sense, though. Like my Draw My Life is considered to be restricted for some reason. I can't imagine why, but it is. And of course, as usual, YouTube has been absurdly silent about all of this, not giving any remarks, not teaching creators how it works, not showing what's happening, except for one particular queer case, pun intended. People began to notice that LGBTQ content was missing under restricted mode, which led them to pressuring YouTube, and YouTube responding with this, and boy is it a doozy. We are so proud to represent LGBTQ voices on our platform. They're a key part of what YouTube is all about. The intention of restricted mode is to filter out mature content for the tiny subset of users who want a more limited experience. LGBTQ videos are available in restricted mode, but videos that discuss more sensitive issues may not be. We regret any confusion this has caused and are looking into your concerns. We appreciate your feedback and passion for making YouTube such an inclusive, diverse, and vibrant community. And I believe that that message is probably their intent, and I believe that their intent is good. But however, currently, in practice, if you go to a channel for an LGBT community member and turn on restricted mode, you will see that their channel is absolutely eviscerated by restricted mode. Half of my videos are gone, but some cases 80-90% of their videos are gone, and it looks like it might be because of terms such as LGBTQ or gay or bi or trans may not be advertiser friendly, or maybe getting automatically flagged as mature. And if that's the case, that's no good. And in my case, on my channel, the majority of the videos in which I talk about the child abuse that I endured, or the mental issues that I've had, or the physical issues I've had, or the harassment that I have received, those videos have been flagged as mature. So presumably, that would be the case for an LGBT community member as well. And for a teenager who's living at home and who's forced to face that restricted filter because their parents put it on and locked it on, those are the people that could probably use the help the most that those videos can provide. Now, there is good news. YouTube creators just tweeted out, "Sorry for all the confusion with restricted mode. Some videos have been incorrectly labeled, and that's not right. We're on it. More to come." And it's Probably they're talking about the LGBTQ videos here, but hopefully it's much broader than that. Because what is considered mature by one group of people may not be considered that way by somebody else. And I think this system would be much better handled if it was up to the user to pick topics and keywords that they don't want to see. I think that would be a much better way to do it. Obviously, YouTube disagrees, and they want to have control, and that's up to them. What concerns me is that one day, if you're not logged in, restricted mode might be the basis. And one day, for the majority of users, it might be an opt-out system, and many users will not opt out of that. So a good portion of YouTube content will disappear, and that might include LGBTQ content. And with the age restriction stuff, it looks like that's already happening, because if you tell YouTube how old you are, it will start excluding from recommendations and even from searches, and possibly even unsubbing you from channels in the case that that content is considered to be too mature for your age category. And boy, I mean, that's kind of an okay system, but it also kind of really sucks because they're not real good at telling us what is considered mature and what's not. You have no way of knowing if your channel is flagged, if an individual video is flagged, and you certainly don't get to know why. And I think that's a shitty system to force on people. Oops, I said shitty, so now this video is restricted. God damn it. At the very least, I think YouTube has a responsibility here to exclude like LGBTQ terms and a lot of other terms from the system. I think they should definitely be walking back what they consider to be mature and only really do this in the most extreme cases. Because the current system obviously isn't working. The automated system is currently misflagging videos. Even YouTube has admitted that, and that's no good. Maybe you should consider shutting down the program until you dial it into exactly what you wanted to do, YouTube. Because this automated system can obviously mistakenly flag videos that are not mature, or flag channels that are not mature, or that are just tagged or titled improperly, and that's no good. And if I'm not mistaken, potentially this opens up the system to all kinds of abuse, because someone could go to Lacey Green's channel or videos, or Sargon's of Akkad's videos or channel, and mass flag them just because they disagree with them as mature content. And even though they're not mature, those videos could be removed from the system, the recommended system, the subscription system, or even that channel could be removed from the recommendation system. And that would suck to do that to somebody just because you disagree with them. And I have no proof of this, by the way, but that is why, I guarantee that is why I Hate Everything's a channel got suspended for a period of time this week when this system started to roll out, because the term hate, I can tell you from my experimentation, absolutely is one of the keywords that gets a video flagged mature, and all of his videos have it because his channel is called I Hate Everything. That's why you got suspended, dude. I guarantee it. If YouTube does plan to go forward and keep the system, what they need to do is they need to create some very clear guidelines and give them to creators so we know what is acceptable and what is not acceptable, what keywords to use and which keywords to avoid. They need to remove the curtain and allow us to know how the system works. And if they don't, it's pretty unmanageable for people to create content here on YouTube. We'll eventually figure it out, I guess. But until then, it's going to be chaos for everybody. At the very least, YouTube, you need to display for the creator, preferably for everybody, the rating that a channel and that a video has, and then give us an appeal system, because if you don't do that, then the system simply will not work. Make no mistake, as YouTube continues to try to turn a profit, this is going to be the way this works. And they're going to continue to do things like this because they want to turn that profit. And the way they will turn that profit is by getting investors and getting advertisers to feel safe investing and advertising in the platform. And you can't really blame them. And this is not a freedom of speech issue, as much as I wish that it was. But YouTube is a private organization. And if they determine they don't want a channel here, if they determine they don't want a message here, if they don't want a topic discussed, even if it is LGBTQ, that is within their rights. It sucks, but that's still within their rights. And that's why I so desperately feel YouTube needs some level of competition, and it's only a matter of time till that competition comes. But it is interesting seeing YouTube make a mistake like this, because they definitely upset the progressives. And let me tell you something, that is not a group of people you want to upset, because they can be very, very vicious, even when you're relatively nice to them. But you know what? That's just one man's opinion. I could be wrong, and I know that if I am, you're going to let me know in the comments section below. Guys, as always, thanks for watching. I love you very much, and I'll speak with you again soon. Oh boy, I can't wait to read the NeoGAF thread on this one.